Hello everyone, let's proceed with our YouTube series with one step ahead. Yesterday we made one Hello World program, or you can say script in Node.js. Today we will proceed with it and we will try to create a component in it. So as you already know that React.js is a component-based library in which we create components and embed every component inside another to make a complex UI. So it's kind of dividing the whole complex UI into simple, small components and then aggregating them. So let's take an example. Suppose this page, this Visual Studio Code editor is created in React. So all these are small components which is embedded in the parent root container element, and it's rendering everything. This is one component, this is another component, this is another component. So let's start by creating a new component in React, and this is again so simple. You're not going to install any npm node or any blah blah things. So let's start with it. So to create a component, we first of all create a JavaScript class. Like we will declare class. Let's take example of link, and we extends react dot component. Okay, so this is the class we have declared, so nothing special yet. So inside every component of React.js there are two things. One is state and another is render. State we will discuss later. Today we will just only discuss about the render method. Means whenever this component is going to render on a UI, what code need to be displayed on a page or inside the parent container element. So right, render, okay, and inside this one I'll return, let's return this one right now. Okay, now how to use this component in our existing page or the parent page or the other page. So it's now a simple HTML tag in which you have to write this component name only. So just write in this way. Let's test this one. So now when you can see that hello world is appearing, but it is not being generated by our existing code. Our React.render is calling this component, and inside this component, this render is printing this hello world. So now you will think like, what's special? Earlier we were printing this one inside this render method, and now in this component. So what's so special? The special here is that suppose you want to create a text field and a button and a pictures all together, then you can do it in this return. But that I'll do in my following sessions, where I will create a intermediate level of component. Today we will learn one more thing, to pass an argument from this tag to this component. How can we pass any attribute? Suppose I want to say that I want to create a href like of a, let's take example of Google. So I want to pass this one and I want to display a text Google. So how can I access this properties inside this component? No, it's very simple. first of all, let's create into anchor tag. Now this one, we want to print text here. So first of all, these curly braces, this component itself dot properties, that it gets from its calling method. If you're familiar with any JavaScript, Java technology, so here we are calling it, and from the properties you can get those properties like request.params in case of JSP Servlet. Okay, text, and here we will do href is equal to this dot prop dot, sorry, not curly braces. Okay, and here will be href. You can pass any other name. It's not mandatory to pass, but you can say A, B, C, whatever you like. Your name as well. Save it. Let's try to run it. Okay. Now if we will click this one, good job. We have created our first component in React. So we can make more components, or you can say we can create more links. Try it yourself. If you face any problem, do let me know.